This is Teresa from the Center for Exceptional Families in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I'm so excited today to be coming to you from the campus of Arkansas State University, my alma mater. Ooh, go Red Wolves. Of course, I was an Indian, but we're now Red Wolves. I'm excited today to be interviewing someone very near and dear to me. This is my daughter, Bow Hendrix. Bow is an academic advisor in the College of Education and Behavioral Sciences. And the reason I'm so excited today, Bo is going to be giving us, as parents and guardians, some very, very helpful information. This is going to be my last video for this year, but it's very timely because Bo is going to be talking to us about how to be ready to boost our babies into the academic world, getting our kids ready to go to college. And so she's going to give us some really good information. We're actually going to divide this video into 3 parts. So be watching for part 1, 2, and 3. We're going to try to get them uploaded tonight. So really want you to watch them. So I'm going to kind of let Bo take over, and I'll just interrupt her occasionally with some questions. So, Bo, the first part, we've kind of talked about how we want to do this. So can you just kind of introduce yourself and tell us what you do here?
Okay, so I am an academic advisor for the College of Education and Behavioral Science, and that might not mean anything to anyone. But essentially what my job is I take freshmen or transfer students who have either 0 credit hours or up until 60 credit hours. I take those students and I help them plan their college career. So that starts with your classes. Maybe it's your first semester, maybe it's your last semester as a junior. I help you get your classes figured out. I help you figure out which resources on campus you need. I hook you up with any other resources you might need while here if you're having trouble with Res Life or financial aid. I'm kind of your go-between person to kind of help you figure out college.
Okay, so that's a lot. So as a parent, some keywords I picked up on. Financial aid, that's important. Res Life, tell us what that means.
That is residence life, so that is housing here at the A-State campus.
Okay. Then you talked about this could be if you're a beginning freshman or as you move along. I know some students start now with concurrent credit.
Yeah, most of the students these days who come in anywhere from 6 to 15 hours. We have a couple of schools here in Arkansas who will actually allow you to get an associate's degree your junior and senior year. So we have students who come in with 30 to 60 hours. And then we also have students, a huge portion of my population are also transfer students. So if your kiddo has decided like, hey, I'm not sure I want to jump into A-State, which is a huge college campus for a small town, and they want to do maybe a semester or 2 of a community college, we help you kind of ease that process in from community college to 4-year degree pretty easily, and I work with tons of transfer students who do that.
Okay, now you know that we are the Center for Exceptional Families. So if I have a student that has an exceptional need, and I call you and I say, I have a student with a disability, and I know that in high school they had an IEP, but we won't have an IEP in college. Do I contact the Office of Disability Right? Who do I contact for that?
Okay, well, first, just knowing the questions to ask are great. So it's then like, okay, my student needed accommodations in high school. What kind of accommodations do you offer for college? We have a whole office called Access and Accommodation here at A-State. So it's kind of maybe what you would have called disability services. But we have Access and Accommodation, and they have a great website. I actually pulled up some of their info just to have on hand. But if you go to the A-State website, you can go to the A to Z index and then just go to A and find Access and Accommodation. They have tons of helpful links. They can walk you through the process. There's an application that you can kind of totally fill out your student's history say like, hey, these are the accommodations they needed in high school. Is that what I can expect in college? And honestly, we have more students now than probably got accommodations in high school that really needed them are getting them in college, because it's like, hey, I am a neurodivergent person who cannot sit for 90 minutes and take notes. We have an awesome note-taking program here at A-State where it's your peers, it's other students in your classroom who are like, totally get it, I'm a noteaholic, so let me take notes for you. And that is totally anonymous, and you have a representative in the Access and Accommodation Office. And if you are worried that like, hey, I need accommodations, but I'm afraid maybe not every professor is going to understand that, that's where your Access and Accommodation representative is really going to help you. They can help you be a go-between. And as your academic advisor, I mean, please feel free to reach out to us and say like, hey, I'm not sure how to communicate my accommodations to my advisor or to my professor. Can you help me? And that's definitely something that we are happy to have conversations with. I know, especially in my college, a lot of our faculty are right down the hall from me. So if that is something you have a concern with, I'm like, okay, Emily, I'll run down the hall and let me talk to Dr. Hawkins and we'll get it figured out for you. So
Awesome. And that's such a big concern for parents, because these kiddos have had accommodations through most of their school career, and they've been told you're not going to receive an IEP. So they are concerned. Of course, they want their child challenged, but still there's some hurdles that they're concerned about. So thank you for clarifying that. Okay, so you told us some of the things. You've introduced yourself as we wanted in part 1. And then you told us some of the things that you do, financial aid, residential life. You talked to us about if we need accommodations, where to find that. Anything else in this part 1 that you think that we need? Part 2 is going to be a lot of the meat of this interview.
I would say the number one thing is no matter what question you have, someone here on campus is going to help you. And sometimes that does mean like, oh, I'm going to be tossed on the phone a few times. It's because there are so many of us and we are so happy to help you. You can contact the main offices of the colleges maybe your student is interested in, such as teacher education or psychology. You would end up with me on my phone. And please know that we want to help you. We are more than happy to figure out the questions that you're like, I don't have words for this, but this is the problem. And we'll help you get to that answer. So please know that everyone here at A-State is trying to find that answer for you.
And I'll just brag for a minute. Bow was nominated for Making a Difference Award. One of her students nominated her, saying that she was there every step of the way through her first semester, and how helpful she was, just to be an ear to hear when she was stressed out or anxious. When I went to college, I saw my advisor one time a year when I got my schedule, and it was kind of like, okay, you need this, this, and this, and good luck with that. And so now advising is so different, and truly, I'm telling you, she takes calls day and night with kids, just talking them off the edge sometimes. And so I want parents to know that your kiddo is not alone. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this video. So that concludes part 1. So hang on, we're about to start part 2.